The rollout of ultra-fast fiber optic broadband services using gigabit-capable FTTH-PB technologies is continuing to ramp up in 2017, with our latest annual estimate of total premises passed across the United Kingdom reaching 1,084,500, up from 780k in 2016, and this is set to surge. Related fiber. The premises FTTPH networks generally transmit their data using a combination of laser light and high-capacity optical fiber cable, which is capable of delivering gigabit-class speeds 1 gigabit per second or 1000 megabits per second if you prefer, and will easily go many times faster in the future. Networks like this are preferable to the less reliable electrical signals found inside copper or aluminium metal cables, which are usually significantly slower. Will the real fiber optic broadband service please stand up? On the flip side, FTTPH networks also take a lot longer and cost significantly more to roll out than hybrid fiber the services, e.g. FTTC, which mix both fiber with slower twist pair or coax copper cables. Some will note that we also include proper fiber the building FTTB services into our summary, even though some FTTB installs do have a small piece of high-capacity copper Ethernet cable over the last few meters into apartments or offices. However, symmetric gigabit speeds can still easily be achieved, hence their inclusion. The FTTH Council Europe also includes FTTB networks into their ranking. Current progress each year. ispreview.co.uk collects as much coverage data as possible from related FTTP-HB providers, and we then combine it with related information supplied by Point Topic in order to produce a rough overall annual estimate of total premises passed across the United Kingdom. Crucially, we exclude some of the more theoretical addressable market-style coverage claims and only focus on actual deployments, i.e. premises that can order the service today and get it installed fairly quickly for a relatively small setup fee, without requiring significant additional civil works. Native FTTH-PB coverage estimate. Premises passed 2013 186,500, 2014 251,522, 2015 351,642, 2016 779,006, 2017 1,084,500, c. 552,000 from Alternet's. Note the real figure is likely to be little higher than this because Virgin Media has yet to declare their FTTP progress, and most of the data provided by ISPs is from spring 2017. Networks have grown since then. Meanwhile, a small number of tiny FTTHP providers have not declared any solid coverage, although at this time their impact is not statistically significant. The Altnet figure in brackets excludes Virgin Media, Openreach, KCOM and Wi-Fiber. The overall total above includes Openreach, KCOM, Hyperoptic, City Fibre, Bournemouth, York premises passed, GigaClear, IIFN, LGTCBU UK Group, Fibre Options, its technology, Relish Keycom Buildings, Vision Fibre Media, Community Fibre, Ask4, Callflow Solutions, Cybermore, Community Fibre, Grain Connect, B4RN and so forth. Most are actuals, the rest are Point Topic estimates. We should add that Virgin Media are hoping to build around an extra 2 million premises passed with FTTP plus 2 million more via HFC Eurodoxus cable by the end of 2019 under their £3 billion Project Lightning scheme. At present, there are no public figures for their foot-only progress, which might be at least partly due to recent concerns over the rollout progress here. Breaking down the key influences, the biggest influence on this total continues to be Openreach, which during the spring claimed to have covered 400,000 premises with their FTTP network, and they aim to add another 244,000 premises by April 2018. At present, the operator's goal is to reach 2 million premises passed by 2020, although they're also consulting on a future plan that could in theory push this to 10 million by around 2025 here at a cost of £3 billion to £6 billion here. After that we come to Hyperoptic, which recently reported having reached 350,000 premises in big urban buildings via their FTTPB network. On top of that, they've raised another £100 million to boost the rollout, with their next stop being 500,000 by the end of 2019, and then they have an ambitious plan to cover 2 million urban homes by 2022, followed very hypothetically by 5 million in 2025 here. Meanwhile, KCOM in Hull and East Yorkshire has pushed FTTP out to 132,500 premises, up from 78,000 last year, and they're heading for a target of 150,000 by the end of December 2017, 75% of their overall network. A plan to reach the final 25% is likely to surface at some point, although that may involve more of their slower FTTC technology. The above three account for a whopping 882,500 of the total, and the rest are accumulated via a diverse selection of smaller players. For example, GigaClear has covered about 50,000 premises, and they've recently secured another private investment of £111 million, not to mention lots of state aid-supported broadband delivery UK contracts, which should bring them to 150,000 rural premises by around 2020. Elsewhere, London ISP Community Fibre have about 10,000 premises, and they've just raised £11 million, which should start them on their way towards a long-term aspiration of reaching 500,000 homes in the city here. Similarly, B4RN has around 3,400 actual connections in rural areas, and rising. B4RN covers more premises than this, but their community-built approach means they don't release such a figure. Most of the other operators are quite small, although we know that Independent Fibre Networks Limited, GTCBU UK, has a fairly wide coverage of new build premises in the many tens of thousands, and recent entrant TrueSpeed has just secured £75 million of private investment to help them target up to 75,000 rural premises around southwest England here. A note about City Fibre finally, we come to the awkward one, City Fibre, which is a bit of a dark horse because of the love for using the notoriously hypothetical addressable market gauge for coverage instead of premises passed, i.e. premises are included even if the fibre is quite a fair way away and would cost a lot of time and money to reach you. In the above total, we've only put City Fibre's known premises passed figures for Bournemouth and York, each c. 20,000, plus a few more for active business or public sector connections. The problem is easy to see because under their addressable market gauge they'd already be claiming to address some 280,000 businesses and 4 million homes, when in reality their actual coverage isn't even close to that. However, in the future this will change because City Fibre has managed to raise another £200 million here, and they plan to use this in order to roll out their 1 gigabit per second FTTP network into 5 to 10 large towns and cities from 2018. The first phase is expected to focus on at least 5 of their 50 existing cities, with the ambition of expanding to 10 cities and potentially passing 1 million premises. City Fibre suggests that its mid-term target to reach 50 UK towns and cities could conceivably also provide an opportunity to deliver FTTH to no less than 5 million premises by 2025, although we're still awaiting some concrete details. Nevertheless, we are expecting City Fibre to have a noticeable impact, assuming their current plan comes to fruition. Conclusion: one thing is abundantly clear this year, FTTH PB services are finally crawling out of their expensive niche and starting to go mainstream. In particular, the recent announcements by City Fibre, Optic, TrueSpeed, GigaClear and Community Fibre show that the UK's full fibre market is gearing up to be very different from previous broadband infrastructure deployments. In the past, the rollout of new networks was often a two-horse race, or maybe more like a gentle paddle between Openreach BT and Virgin Media, albeit mostly focused upon dense urban areas. However, in the world of FTTH PB, we're seeing alternative network providers that can compete with the big boys, e.g. Optic. Meanwhile, operators like TrueSpeed, GigaClear and B4RN are showing that such networks can also be built in rural areas, where major national providers would often struggle to achieve the same. The government is also helping to facilitate some of this via an investment of £600 million and tax breaks on business rates for new fibre here. Exactly how far all of the aforementioned coverage plans will take such networks is still not set in stone, especially as we don't yet know the outcome of Openreach key FTTP consultation. However, it seems likely that there will be around 5 million premises passed by 2020, and if that is to be achieved, then we'd expect to see a sharp rise in the rollout pace. Note: some of the data we have been supplied is confidential, and as a result we've only summarized those providers where the progress is known.